try to do the will of the people of this city. In your Son's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council need a motion on the work session minutes for October 16th.
Motion to adopt.
Have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Need a motion on the regular council meeting minutes for the 16th of October.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Mr. Mayor, you're up.
Thank you. I was looking for Dr. Antonio Williams. Did I miss him? Is he outside? Yeah, he doesn't realize he's going to be on the program early. Dr. Williams is, in fact, the principal at Lanier High School.
I see him in the lobby.
Yeah, I see him in the hall. He's kind of wandering around. As he is coming to join us, Lanier has gotten 2 recognitions just in the last couple of months. And we wanted to recognize this school as one of the traditional high schools that exemplified, come on, doctor, has exemplified themselves. We all know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. It addresses the, come on, doctor. You didn't realize you're going to be up front and center early, did you? Not. Well, we're going to put the important things up front, too. So just stand with me as I tell you about tell everyone about the 2 awards. Okay. Lanier High School was named National PTA School of Excellence. For more than a century, the PTA Association advocated for stronger family engagements at school. The National PTA School of Excellence program is a competitive process in which school administrators and their PTA organizations pledge to spend the next year identifying and implementing an action plan based on the National PTA standards for family and school partnerships. Only one school in Montgomery is being bestowed with the distinction of being a National PTA School of Excellence, and that's the Castle on South Court, the city near Port High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
I know that you probably want to have some other folks come, but this is a certificate for that particular program. But we also have another one that is as significant because this comes with some money to it. This is the Lanier High School is one of Alabama's bicentennial schools. There were 200 in the state of Alabama that was appointed, and this is the only traditional school in Montgomery that got that. Earlier this year, every K through 12 school in the state was invited to become an Alabama bicentennial school. They, to be selected, they had to design a proposal on how they would connect the classroom to their community with outreach, enrichment, and improvement programs. I told you only 200 schools were selected and only one MPA traditional school made that cut, and that was Lanier. In August, they learned that they would receive a $2,000 grant to implement that, and this is just a way for Lanier students to learn to give back to our community. They also do Toys for Tots drives, operates the Port Closet to provide assistance with uniform, school supplies, hygiene items, and is certified as a grief-sensitive school in assisting grieving students. We always say that the speed of the team is the speed of the leader. I've gotten to know Dr. Williams over the years. He's part of a young professional, I don't know about millennial, but young professional group that meets on the first Tuesday of every month, and he's been a steadfast member of that. I know that the president of the PTA Association is Laude Dada. If she's here, if she could, is he? Okay, good, Laude. Come on up and join Dr. Williams. And while there are some other officers here, Lisa Holt, Vice President, Sharice Stevens, Secretary Dolores Moncrief is over the Super Grand Program, and Katina James is active also in the nation. But the lady who orchestrates all of this and sort of puts it together and promotes as the parent liaison is our old QB Ray Hayes. So if we could, would you come up here? Tony, you want to say a word, please? You want to say a word, please? You know, well, would you, President?
You want to say something?
Y'all.
Hey, we would like to just say thank you for recognizing us. We really appreciate it. We don't do this for any recognition. We do it because we just have a heart for kids and a heart for young people and a heart for our community. And so we definitely appreciate a lot of times in education, we don't get a lot of accolades. But the times when we do get pats on the back and reminders of how important our work are, we just are greatly appreciative of that. So thank you all for the opportunity to come tonight and for the recognition.
I'm claiming it, though. No, you can't claim it. Hey, I'm claiming it near today. Okay. I'm claiming it there. I'm claiming the castle. Yeah, I'm claiming it. 1981.
A week or so ago, we had a significant event happen on the left coast, the California coast. Our Montgomery Fire Rescue went out and competed in the World Championship for the Scott Combat Challenge. I will tell you that 2 years ago, we had it here, and we got beat by Jonathan Slovenia. Who we got? Yeah, Carlsbad, New Mexico. So we wait a year, we practice really hard, and we go out to California, and we beat Kuwait in the International World Championship. And so Montgomery, Alabama, again, is the reigning world champion in the Combat Challenge Relay. We've won that 4 times now. No ever has it happened previously. We had some 3-time winners, and we have 4-time winners now. Next year, in October 21st through the 26th, we will in fact have the World Championship back here. It's unheard of to be able to hold it in 2 different time frames so close. And the reason they want to come back is this team, the world is 103 or something like that. They ran 105, but it was not a fast course as they talk about. The blue team won it. Each of the blue team is attending to other issues tonight, but the person that puts all of this together, Jonathan Stewart from Lot Lizard, that worked for us about 15 years ago, to head of our Fire Combat Challenge team and even a participant, and he just got inducted into the Lion's Den, which means for a certain age you run a certain time. He's been inducted into the Lion's Den. We have a video that will show you the race, but Jonathan's here to talk about what it means to be a part of this Fire Combat Challenge. And Mifford, I know, is here. Mifford Jordan, just to have your picture made, would you mind coming up here too as well? Thank you. Let's hear it for the fire chief.
Thank you again, Mayor, and thank you again, City Council. Without your support, this program would not be as efficient as it would be. We were excited about what happened in California a couple weeks ago. We're looking forward to the 2019 season. Again, we could not do it without your support. Thanks to the Mayor, the Fire Chief, we're very pleased with what's going on right here in the city of Montgomery, because we're world champs, again, like the Mayor said, for the 4th time. We got this video that Mike's going to show for us. You'll see us on the red side. There's a red and blue side, and it starts out in downtown Sacramento, California. Go ahead, Mike.
For a world championship.
Come on, folks, this is it right here. The These firefighters work hard in their communities. They're working hard out here. This is all for you in your own communities. Come on, let them hear it. Show them some love. All competitors that are not competing, stay off the course. On the blue side, it's Kuwait. On the red side, Montgomery Fire. Blue, the defending world champs, right now slightly behind. Oh, how about that on the hoist? 42-pound donuts is in the box first over on the red side. Clean tower going. Clean runs on both sides. Come on, folks, come on. Kuwait over on the blue, Montgomery Fire over on the red. Who's it gonna be? The defending world champs have taken a lead over here on the red side. Short Kaiser on the blue side, Short Kaiser on the blue. Short Kaiser, oh, another hiccup over here on the blue side. The world champs running clean. 54 seconds of rescue Randy. This year's world champ right there on that rescue Randy drag. 104 is the record, 104. Ladies and gentlemen, across the finish line. 105.86 from Alabama, Montgomery Fire.
Great. How great do you guys feel?
You know, this is a dream. We want from 3 years. 3 years in this dream to go to the final. Then, my friends, and then we do it. I respect Montgomery. I'm a fan. I am very happy. Thank you very much. Thank you for all.
We're tired, very tired. 4 years, every year. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, America. Thank you, everybody.
See you next year. Next year, see you.
I love it. Second place, and they're that excited. They've been working out. Defending world champion, and you got another. How sweet is this one?
Man, it's sweet. Couldn't ask for a better group of guys. We've been training together for a long time, running together. You know, it's all of them. Can't win without a team.
And that's what it's all about here at the Firefighter Combat Challenge. Give it up for the world champion, Montgomery Fire and Rescue.
What I want to share with you is that the Montgomery firefighter is named Jake Lanier. He's been a stalwart on that team from the get-go. It's really an individual race, it's a tandem race, and then the grandfather of all is, in fact, the relay, and that's what we talk about being the winner. But I will tell you, Jake Lanier, on the individual time, out of 400 competitors, is number 2 in the entire world. So that's a really tribute, not only to Jake, but to the red team, the blue team, all of our teams, because when they come to these and when they come to Montgomery, every fire station participates in it. It's a wonderful opportunity for the world to know what a quality organization the Montgomery Fire and Rescue is. So give them a great round of applause and congratulations. Can we get a picture at the trophy, please? A couple of weeks ago, we had a little fun with playing kind of some word games, some number games. Over the years at Councilman Larkin's request, we've tried to talk about individual organizations. And today we have our Public Works organization. Chris Conway is our cabinet head, and he's got some fun numbers games that he'd like to play with you. So we'd like for you to participate. Have they got the cards? Should have cards in front of you. Cards in front of you, A, B, and C. And there will be a prize to those that get the most wins on this. So from that standpoint, Chris Conway.
Glenn stole mine.
Everybody got them? That's the first test to find them. Would y'all welcome Chris Conway?
All right, I appreciate that, Mayor. If you've ever eaten lunch with the mayor, he always plays the number game. So that's what I thought of here. We shared some year-end numbers with him and talked about some of the things going on in Public Works. So he was pretty excited about some of the numbers that we had. So I thought I would share some of those with you guys and kind of let you participate in the process here. So obviously feel free to play along in the audience. Feel free to play along at home. I got my game show host jacket on, so we're ready to go. Okay, 17,029. 17,029. Is that the total grass complaints received on state-owned properties? Is that the number of potholes patched in 2018? Or is that the number of votes Councilman Pruitt hopes to get in 2019? All right, Glenn's voting C. Everybody else, raise what you got. Okay. And the answer is B, number of potholes patched in 2018, 17,029. We have a pothole patrol that divides the city into 3 areas and basically patrols all 3 of those each week. So that's a pretty staggering number.
Well, tell them the rest of the story, though. Tell them the rest of the story. How many of those potholes got paved because of 311 calls?
That's question number 3.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. Remember, you've already seen this presentation, so you don't get to vote.
That's why you don't have any A, B's, or C's with you.
77,409. Is that the total cost of 311 annually? Is that the total cost of a leaf vacuum truck? Or is that the number of first place votes Alabama received in this week's AP poll?
A and C.
It's really close. So yes, that is the total calls to our 311 department annually. They generated 77,409 calls. Those resulted in 32,558 different service requests, and almost half of those are nuisance abatement, junk litter, and trash issues around the city. So 0, big number there. Is that the number of ditches we cut in districts 5, 6, and 7? Is that the number of potholes reported to 311 versus the potholes that we patched proactively on our own? Or is that the number of new subdivisions that we approved in 2018? So some mixed votes there, but no, that's the percentage of potholes reported to 311 versus potholes patched proactively. Of the 17,000 potholes we patched, only 65 of those were actually called into 311 as a request to be patched. So that's 0.3%, obviously rounds down to a cool 0.
That was a misleading question there. It's not 0.
It's 0. It rounds down. We can't go to all these tenths and all that. So that's, in round numbers, that's a 0. 0%. Negligible. 84. 84. Is that the total number of commercial and subdivision developments approved and inspected in 2018? Is that the projected number of candidates running for mayor in 2019? Or is that the total number of parking in the yard tickets that we issued in 2018? Okay, so that is actually the total commercial and subdivision developments that we approved and inspected in 2018. We had 84 total. 72 commercial and 12 new subdivision developments were inspected and approved in 2018. Parking in the yard, 668. I saw some people voted for that, so 668, a little higher than the 84. 175. Is that the number of demolition permits that we issued? Is that the number of years it's going to take to finish finally paving Court Street? Or is that the number of signalized intersections that we have in Montgomery? Got some mixed reviews here. Glenn's giving me a B. Yes, I hear you. But that is actually the number of demolition permits that we issued for the year. 175 issued, 147 residential, 28 commercial. Our housing codes division affected 118 of those. Number 119 was actually the Booker T. Washington demolition, and by using city forces, resulted in a cost savings of over $200,000 directly to Montgomery Public Schools by doing that for them. 9,561. Is that the number of building permits that we issued? Is that the number of building inspections that we actually performed? Or is that the total gallons of fuel that we use each month in sanitation?
This is the hard one.
This is a hard one here. I see some C's, some A's, some B's, nobody. That is the number of building permits that we issued in 2018. We issued 9,561 building permits, which generated 19,714 building inspections across our city in 2018. 11,882. Is that the number of bags of litter picked up by the litter initiative? Is that the number of times I've been told I was somewhat of a smart aleck? Or is the total tons of trash collected at our Saturday drop-off locations?
I'm pretty sure it's much higher on that.
Okay, so nobody's voting on B. Everybody's going higher on that one. And so the answer, of course, that is the number of bags of litter picked up by the litter initiative. We picked up 11,882 bags, equivalent to about 120 tons of waste, or the yearly waste of 60 households. We also, as part of our litter initiative, had 32 community cleanups throughout the year and 25 school cleanups as part of our Pact to Act program, which is done by the Montgomery Clean City Commission and others. 29,650. Is that the tons of asphalt put down for the paving program in 2018? Is that our monthly street light power bill? Or is that the number of potholes still left to be filled on Fairview Avenue? A lot of people are wanting to vote C, I feel it, but that is the tons of asphalt that we put down for the paving program in 2018. A lot of people talk about miles paving, but it could be 2 lanes, it could be 4 lanes, so miles can be kind of a misnomer. But 29,650 tons of asphalt, 1,500 truckloads for a $1.8 million program. That was 75 streets that were paved in 31 separate neighborhoods around the city of Montgomery as part of that program.
Do you have, is one of those what it's going to be this year?
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Well, I want them to hear that number too.
Okay. 1,580. Is that the number of new traffic signs that we installed across the city? Is that the total number of city services employees that do this work? Or is that the total number of calls sanitation received to pick up a dead animal last year? Didn't know if y'all knew we did that, but that is an on-call service that we have. Some people going with B. Actually, the total number of city services employees is less than half of that. It's about 620 that are doing all this work. But that's the number of new traffic signs that we installed. We replaced 1,580 traffic signs last year. 400. Is that the number of signs held up at game day every Saturday saying, "We want Bama"? Is that the number of ditches dedicated to the city as a public easement? Or is that the average number of nuisance cases abated each month that we bring before the council? I know. That is the number of ditches dedicated to the city. We cut and maintain over 400 ditches, actually. And last year, we cut just under 300 miles of ditches, each a minimum of twice, and most were cut 3 or more times. Hard to believe. 3,164. Is that the total number of city employees budgeted for 2019? Is that the total number of red light camera tickets that we issued in 2018? Or is that the total acreage of right-of-way that we cut each year? So the total number of city employees budgeted is still hovering around that 2,400 number. That is the total acres of right-of-way that we cut each year. We cut 3,164 acres of right-of-way in 2018. That's about 105,000 yards, Mr. Pruitt, so you can relate to that.
Councilman Bell thinks he's taking the ACT test. C's the best answer.
Hey, you get credit for guessing. Our key words for 2019, this is what I want to share with you guys, will continue to be accountability, convenience, and quality. So, talked about our paving plan. It's growing this year from $1.8 million to somewhat over, a little bit over $3 million. And every street that we plan to pave, all 125, will be tracked in open data for the world to see and see what our progress is on each of those streets. Again, accountability. When I shared with the mayor what we're doing, I feel like a lot of times we just aren't telling our story well enough, and we have a great story to tell. A lot of things are going on. Councilman Bell has recognized us before, and we appreciate that from him, and many of you have. But we want to digitize more of that data. Every bit of the data that was presented tonight in this game is being tracked in our organization, and eventually we want to be able to publish all of these things that we track. We track a good deal of it, but we want to publish all of it. We want to tell you how much we did, where we did it, when we did it, and hopefully, what does everybody in the world want to be? They want to be next, right? I want to be next, so we want to be telling you who is going to be next. And then, of course, improving quality and our service with citizen convenience centers, from services at 25 Washington Avenue or to new drop-off locations around the city. The first one opened November 3rd at One Center, Old Montgomery Mall, and we will continue to look at those things for you guys in the coming year.
Chris, thank you so much. Just amazing, these numbers. And
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask Chris a question?
Chris,
you said there was 668 parking in the grass tickets?
Parking in the front yard.
Parking in the front yard.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many of those have been paid? Is there a way to track that?
There is. That's, through municipal court. That's really, they don't directly pay the Housing Codes Division, so that's something that's tracked through municipal court. We don't really have our hands on that data necessarily, but we did issue 668, yeah.
Can we have an answer, Mayor? I'd just be curious how to, and he doesn't have to have it tonight, maybe next meeting, but I'd be curious just to know
Sons in Birmingham.
if people are paying the parking in the grass tickets.
Yeah, we'll find the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, we can find that. For Chris leaves, I hope you saw Friday the announcement of Montgomery being in the top 10, actually number 8, of smart cities in the United States for cities 100,000 to 250. That in and of itself is a pretty significant accomplishment, particularly as you look at some of the cities that we're in competition with. But this is the result of a lot of effort on what we're doing here with the public works, what we're doing in our sanitation organization with our smart cities, through Lou Alachi and his group, without naming a lot of names. But all of this is coming together to make Montgomery really a smart city. We've already achieved smart city status. Our next goal is brilliant city status, and we'll continue to, with this open data and looking to every technology that we can find. We're talking now with the utility company about how we create innovation districts, and I think we'll have something to say about that within the next month or so. But Chris deserves a lot of credit. Griff Waller kind of started us in this endeavor with the open data with Socrata, and as I said, Lou Alachi's people, Savio Diaz has represented us in a couple of conferences. He's become our smart city expert, and he's becoming an expert because now he's been invited to sit on 2 panels as what it takes to be a smart city. Some of the very keen minds say smart city will take marketing, and frankly, that's what we're trying to do, is to market ourselves as a smart city to the world. So I wanted to share that with you, and congratulations.
Okay. First item on the agenda tonight, Madam Clerk.
Mr. President, item 1, hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one parcel of land located on the east side of Chantilly Parkway, 300 feet south of Highway 80 East, from a B2 and Ag 1 district to a B2 district.
Mr. Tyson.
Mr. President, the Planning Commission recommended the rezoning of this property to B2 for commercial use.
This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, I declare the public hearing's been held. It's brought before the council. Need a motion to approve this.
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
I'm going to recuse
You
myself.
will recuse
You
yourself.
got one.
8 with 1 recuse.
Okay. 8 with 1.
Yes, sir,
Got
the
it.
ordinance is adopted.
Motion carries.
Item 2, ordinance renaming Morningview Street to Morningview Drive.
Mr. Tyson?
Mr. President, the Planning Commission recommended the renaming of the street to Morningview Drive.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Motion adopt.
Unanimous.
And motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted. Item 3, ordinance amending section 18-26, 18-287, 18-288, and 18-290 disruptive properties of the Code of Ordinances.
I'm going to take number 3 and put it in an ad hoc committee. The committee will be made up of Councilman Pruitt, Green, and Graham. Mr. Pruitt will be the chair.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
can we have someone from the police department there on November the 20th? We'll meet November 20th at 2 o'clock. Can we have police department, housing codes, and legal?
Okay, you request?
Yes, sir, please.
All right, very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Move on to the next item.
Item 4, resolution supporting the Coach Safety Foundation.
Okay. Anybody got any questions on this item? We've discussed it at council work session. Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 5 is now moot. 6, resolution finalizing the revocation of the business license of Yellowhammer Cafe.
Need a motion to suspend the rules on this item.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I need a motion to
Adopt.
adopt and then a motion to substitute.
Motion to adopt. Motion to substitute.
Okay, voting on the substitute, all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Now voting on the main motion, all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is substituted as adopted. Item 7, resolution approving the issuance of a business license to Meconico, 2745 Southwest Street.
Need a motion to suspend the rules
Move to suspend the rules.
on the rest of the agenda.
On the rest of the agenda,
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 8, resolution appointing Deborah M. Nixon to the Montgomery Airport Authority.
Need a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 9, pursuant to Section 1153B1 Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at the listed locations.
Need a motion to uphold.
Motion uphold.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Item 10, resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures on various lots.
Motion up.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted, it's upheld. Item 11, resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing abatement and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
Brandon, you got some information to show us?
I do, yes, sir. Year to date, so the first 37 days of the year, we've responded to 1,232 complaints of the nuisance variety. Of those 1,232, 966 were cited for being in violation. And this evening, we're asking for a approval for another 315 to be abated.
Okay. You showing them off, are you?
Yes, sir.
Where's the camera when we need it? Not here tonight. Okay. Well, we know we got a problem.
Sure.
Complaints. 966 cited. 315 tonight. 37 days of the year. All of that's tax. To be abated. Running back got a couple of them.
Brandon, just to remind everyone, the names we're seeing now, are those individuals that we've had to abate. Is that correct?
So the Josh agency. What, Mayor? What was the question?
The people we're seeing are those that we've had to abate,
Those are ones we're asking for approval to abate within the next 10 days.
the ones that you just saw here.
Yes, sir.
That's the bad ones. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I need a motion to adopt this.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Okay, I have another resolution on my desk here for the, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Resolution appointing Graham Cook to the Montgomery Downtown Redevelopment Authority.
Need a motion to suspend the rules on this item.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Madam Clerk, got anything else?
Yes, sir, I have put before you contingency funds for your approval.
Okay.
For District 1, $1,000 to Easter Seals Camp, $250 to Brubaker Technology Magnet High School Engineering. District 4, $1,000 to the following: Carver Park Neighborhood Association, Brewer Heights Neighborhood Association, Danley Pines Neighborhood Association, English Village Neighborhood Association, Greater Washington Park Neighborhood Association, Homeview Bear Mash Neighborhood Association, Hunter Station Neighborhood Association, South Meadows, Mobile Heights, Washington Park, Westcott, Western Hills, Westgate, West Side Improvement Association, Westview Gardens, Westwood Estates Community Association, and Woodcrest Improvement Association. For District 8, $2,000 to Carriage Hills Neighborhood Association, $1,000 to Brighton Estates, $500 to Greater Bell Road, $1,000 to Billingsley Place Homeowners Association. For District 9, $250 to the Second Chance Foundation. And for District 3, the mayor has approved these. I didn't have a chance to make a copy for y'all. It's $500 to Bell's Essential Living Services, $1,000 to ACT CDC, $500 to Park Manor Neighborhood Association, $750 to Brookview Neighborhood Association, $750 to Sheridan Heights Neighborhood Association. There are two that are approved subject to the paperwork. Men of Honor Foundation, $500, $750 to Jackson Community House. We need paperwork on those. And approved is Raleigh Relief Foundation for $500.
Okay. Anybody got anything else to add?
I need to add to mine, District 1.
Okay.
Post-it, I'd like to add $1,000.
Okay.
The Meow, $500.
500.
That's correct. And Goodwin Middle School, father-daughter dance, $250.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Mr. President. Go ahead.
Screens up. Screens up first.
1,000 to Peace on the Streets. Post.
Yes, sir.
And then 500 to Me Out.
To who?
Me Out.
Meow.
Mr. Pruitt?
Mr. President.
I got one more.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
500 to Smile and Mile.
Smile a mile.
Smile a Mile. Smile a Mile. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but still, you ain't got it.
They don't have the paperwork in, no.
No.
They don't have the paperwork yet. I need to add, Madam Clerk, 1,000 in New Beginnings Ministries, please.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Mr. Lee?
2,000 to ACT CDC.
I can't hear you speaking.
2,000 to ACT CDC.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Mr. President, I'd like to add also to the Post Center, $1,000.
Okay.
And to the Meow program, $500.
Very good.
How much?
500.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Need a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Okay, in our public communication on non-agenda items, Bob.